How's it going? I'm Andrew with Investors Hub, and happy Monday, by the way. And there's a breaking news topic that popped up, and technically the news broke out yesterday, but it was trending on Google today because, the market's actually open today, and I haven't seen a huge number of articles about it, so I figured it'd be worth talking about. Zoom apparently is spending $15 billion to buy an intelligent cloud-based customer service center type product called Five9, and certainly interesting. So Zoom is paying in stock, and the transaction hasn't been completely and totally confirmed yet. They're apparently going to be voting on it over on the Five9 side of things, and the transaction, assuming all goes well, is expected to be completed in the first half of 2022, which is a pretty big window. It's like 6 months. So the share price of Zoom dipped about 4% after the news. Whether it was directly related to the news or just the fact that the overall market is cooling off this week, I don't know. But it basically took a $3.5 billion hit in its market cap. So I'm not an investing professional, but the decision kind of makes sense to me, right? Zoom probably expects to have lower revenues from its work from home solutions, right? The current products that they're selling to businesses in order to do their video conferencing and all that stuff. And so why not use your elevated market cap right now as basically leverage in order to purchase other companies that might have more future? Because, from what I've heard anecdotally, the secret to success is business-to-business sales, right? Something like, who buys a $10,000 pen? Someone who's signing $1 million contracts. Their earnings per share was negative, and it's been negative, but their forward-looking PE is 200 to 1. So that definitely classifies them as a speculative company or a growth company. But Zoom is also in sort of not really in that range, but on the high end of things. Their trailing price to earnings ratio is like 160, and their forward-looking price to earnings ratio is like 80. So I checked out Five9's website, and they claim that their intelligent cloud contact center will delight customers. I've never been delighted by a customer service line, so, maybe it's good, but I don't think it'll delight me. Their website's shiny, smiley, it's full of buzzwords and puts a positive spin on worker motivation tools to help make sure agents' individual actions are aligned with company goals. My cold, bitter heart sees through it, but I know that corporate dystopia sells good. Personally, I'm not in the business for a customer service line, so we aren't that popular yet. So I don't think that I can really make a strong opinion on if the product and services that they offer are truly good. They've got AI agents to answer questions, and if that works good, then that's going to be a huge boon for them and Zoom. Letting AI help these low-level disputes would be a huge cost-saving measure. I'd be curious to see how good those bots are. Apparently, Five9 did work with COVID Clinic and used their AI bots on their service. So the rise of Zoom still amazes me. Imagine being Microsoft, right? And you own Skype, and Skype is like the premier video calling, voice calling, internet type software. And then you get passed by this company that just pops out of the woodwork and just runs by you. Now, people were saying that Discord should have been the one to beat Skype and take care of all this, video conferencing business and voice calling. But to be honest, Discord was marketing itself towards a completely different market and would have to pivot hugely. I don't think that Discord would have ever gotten in with the schools like the way that Zoom did. And I suspect that that was how they became successful, right? Is that suddenly the entire education world decided to jump in on Zoom, right? Zoom was going to be the way that they were going to communicate with their students. And so, you get in good with the schools and you can just ride that all the way up to the stars. Apple kind of did that, right? They had the premier personal computer, right, way back when, and then they started losing more and more and more market share to, IBM and Microsoft-based computers. But they stayed holding on to the education market, selling overpriced computers to schools. And then they basically were just clinging on to that. And then, of course, the iPhone took off in the handheld market, the phone market, and then, the sky's the limit from there. So it went off on a little bit of a tangent there. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. What do you think the future of Zoom is? Do you think that this is a good acquisition for them? Leave us a comment down in the comments section. You can follow us on Twitter, ihub_vision. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like the video, and I'll see you again soon.